Beautiful, Aiden. Don't you all just want to be sitting on a beach, hearing the music, having a glass of wine, simply being. And this is what we come together on a Sunday morning for, is to know that we can be so much more than what we have been taught in our lives by coming together and focusing our mind, changing our thinking to change our lives. So welcome to the Global Truth Center, Toronto. I'm Reverend Helen Vello, very happy to be here this morning, along with Aiden Farrell, who is our guest, musical guest from Vancouver. So she's 3 hours ahead of us. And our practitioner of the day, Judy Southern, who is 2 hours ahead of us. And wherever you are in the world, thank you for joining in this morning. Sit back, relax, have your cup of coffee, or if you're somewhere else in the world and it's wine time for you, then go ahead and enjoy that as well. And I'm going to hand it back over to Aiden for our opening song. Aiden has 3 new original songs for us this morning. So take it away, Aiden.
Helen. Yeah, I've been on a really inspired writing kick since being in Vancouver, so I'm excited to share these songs with you. This song is called Take It Slow. Do you want to take it slow? Have nowhere to be or go. Tell me, do you want to stop your searching high and low? Do you want to take it slow? Do you want to take it easy? Do you want to make life breezy? Do you want to leave behind this rushing to and fro? Do you want to take it slow? I've tried to live life on the run, chasing more before I'm done. I gave it all, I've tried my best. I just need a place to rest. Do you want to take it slow? Do you want to quit the show? Would you rush to stay and worry, afraid of what you'll never know? Or do you want to take it slow?
What a beautiful song to start us off on our last Sunday of trust the process of life, to slow down, to come into ourselves, to completely surrender to this benevolent, intelligent universe that we live in, to pass beyond the world of form, beyond space and time, beyond this world that is, appears to be filled with uncertainty, and move into reality with a capital R. We recognize the universal consciousness of all life, which recognizes and acknowledges all people, all faiths, all sentient beings are the sameness and the individual expression of this one universal creative energy that is of us, as us, that we call spirit. As it is with light, so it is with life. And we recognize this one life, this one light, this one cosmic heart, and we celebrate our oneness that we share with all people everywhere. So I invite you to place your hands on your heart and take a breath in. Take a breath in, and to recognize this inner voice of truth that says, I am light, I am love, I am kindness, I am goodness, I am beauty, I am wisdom, I am justice, I am truth, I am wholeness. Breathe this in for affirming all this. I rise in my consciousness to recognize I'm part of an infinite whole of life itself. And I choose my heart as my source of inspiration. Yes, to open the gateway of my heart and enter into the past, the present, and the future simultaneously, honoring all that has come before us. All of our ancestors are teachers of ancient wisdom, the teachers that teach about love, and to honor this present moment, seeing the light within each one of us. I recognize that the constant renewal of my mind, my consciousness, is the key to joyous living. And so it is. And with that, I'll invite Aidan to take us into our invocation song. Thank you, Aidan.
If I were a bird, I'd sing my song at sunrise. If I were a bird, I'd have the prettiest of tunes, just like the ones you used to hear in times gone by, and I'd sing for you each time you cry. If I were a bird, I soar across horizons, tell you what I do, I'd always find some way to fly straight home to you. I'd always find a way to fly straight home to you.
So beautiful, Aidan, so beautiful. I invite everyone to breathe in all the love of nature, of all the love surrounding us. Breathe it in now, all that beautiful love. Because what I know is there is this beautiful, loving, natural field of divine energy that is everywhere present. And that is the energy back of all creation, of all creation, of all of nature that we are each and every one of us a part of. And this beautiful energy flows through every fiber of my being. And it is who I am, and it is who we are, and it is who and what everything in nature is. And I trust and I know that life, all of life is unfolding right now on earth in divine right timing. And that each of us has a purpose in this beautiful, loving unfoldment. I know and I trust that each of us is a vital part of an amazing, amazing shift in consciousness. We are surrounded by and immersed in so much love, so much good, so much abundance that allows us to live a wonderful, wonderful life. So in the stillness of our breath, let's remember who we are and let it go. Let it go. Remember who we are. I let it go, knowing in gratitude that each of us is one with the divine spirit, with the divine energy. I let it go as the expression of the divine that I am now. I let it go. I let it be so. And together we say, and so it is.
And so it is. And so it is. Thank you, Judy. Oh, it's so good to see you.
And you. And you.
I know we talk on the phone, but we don't get to see each other in person now that you've moved.
It's lovely.
Yes. And so this is our last Sunday of Trusting the Process of Life.
And
well, no, it's not our last Sunday because we always come back to Trusting the Process of Life, but that's for our theme this month. And I know you talked about that when you filled in for me a couple of weeks ago, but how's that going for you?
Well, it's getting deeper and deeper, I will say. And, you know, when I was a kid, a Catholic kid, and we were given prayers to say, and honestly, they were rote prayers. So they didn't have much meaning for me. So what I've stumbled on, I have a thing that I do that has a prayer embedded in it. And the prayer is the Serenity Prayer. And when my husband was going to AA, I remember learning that prayer because I really hadn't heard it before, but it has such deeper meaning for me now. So this whole thing of having serenity, accepting and trusting and having faith that there is a bigger picture. So, you know, the prayer goes, grant me the serenity to to accept the things that I cannot change. Now, we always say we can change our life by changing our thoughts, but there are things in life that show up for us that we have to change how we see it. not that we can change the actual physical events that show up in our life. So there are some things that we really have to accept. And I see this whole prayer as a real metaphysical teaching, to be quite honest with you. And I'm seeing it deeper and deeper. So that's what's changing for me. So we can't change the divine plan. The divine plan is there. So the idea is accept, not resist, because I know that the universe knows what it's doing. I don't know what the universe is doing. The universe does. It always comes back to faith. And I spoke about that 2 weeks ago. You got to have faith. You just got to have
Yeah.
faith. We can't control everything. And so the second part is having the courage to change the things that I can. So to do what's mine to do. And that's what I'm discovering more and more as I go deeper into myself, into my soul, into my belief, into spirit. I learn what's mine to do, and I have the courage to do those things and to change my response to what shows up in life. And I'm doing a lot of that, I will say. There are challenges, and I'm learning these big time. And then, of course, there's the wisdom to know the difference, this beautiful discernment between the divine and what's mine to do. So you've got to have faith, you've got to trust. And honestly, I am learning more and more and going deeper and deeper into trusting this process that we call life.
That's so wonderful, Judy. Yes, we often talk about how, to serve, we set our intentions and we do our work to serve our highest and best good. The universe also has a highest and best good. And I don't always know what that highest and best good is, and to be able to really trust it. And sometimes my own highest and best good is not necessarily aligned with the universe's. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I got to go bigger here in my consciousness, because it's not just about my highest and best good.
And look what I found in my jewelry box this morning. My husband went to AA in 1998. It's the Serenity Prayer written on this very sturdy piece of, I don't know, silver, pewter, whatever it is. But I just happened, no accident here, to find this in my jewelry box today. And I kept it when I came here. I kept a lot of treasures when I came here and gave a lot of things away. But here I am with the Serenity Prayer right here in my hands.
Oh,
Isn't that lovely?
Beautiful. It is beautiful. And it's like, yeah, do we have the courage to change the things that we can?
We must.
Yes. That is, that is our responsibility on this earth plane.
Absolutely.
For sure. Thank you. And would you like to lead us into our affirmation?
I would.
And I will bring it up on the screen here for people to see. There we go.
What I focus my mind on becomes my experience. And I invite you all to say this wherever you are. What I focus my mind on becomes my experience. Namaste.
Namaste. And so it is. Thank you, Judy. It's always, your wisdom and, of course, your journey over the past year has taken you to places that I bet you thought you'd never go, but it's all in service to the highest and best good of all and to the universe. So thank you for being such a clear, conscious voice of that journey.
Thank you for your words.
You're welcome. And I'm going to hand it over to our delightful metaphysical musician who Aiden, you keep growing and growing in consciousness, and your songs are so touching. Thank you. And I know you've written this one as well for our feature song.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. It's called A Breath Away, and it dovetails perfectly onto what you were saying, Judy. Like the change in perspective, and how we're always kind of chasing this peace, but we all know it's not out there. It's within us, and it's about finding the way in, whatever that is for us. and a breath is a good way to get there. So this song is called A Breath Away. There's a land where your heart can rest easy, where fields are green and us children go to play, where the troubles of tomorrow dissolve in joy today. Maybe it's not that far, but only a breath away. A timeless place, and one you might remember, where no one frets about counting down the days, a place you used to visit before hardened you became. Maybe it's not that lost, but only a breath away. You'll find your way back when you forget to make your lists, when you smell a summer flower or a laugh escapes your lips. You'll see it when you stop to pause and look above. You'll feel it when you gaze upon the face of one you love. And in this place you'll find peace upon your pillow, when you rest your head at the dimming of the day, where you trust that you're protected and you know you'll be okay. Maybe we're not that far, but only a laugh, only a tear, only a song away. Maybe we're not that far, but only a breath away.
Ooh, I have goosebumps. Oh, stunning, Aidan. Thank you. I feel like the universe has conspired today between something that Judy said, your beautiful songs, Aidan, and all of us coming together. It's like, it's like, are we getting the message? Are we getting the message that maybe our world based in love is only a breath away? Maybe it's only a song away. I think it is. I just like, I feel it. It's so interesting how there's there's just such a shift happening in the world, and not in the world of form. Oh my goodness. Okay. So if you watch the news and you look out in the world and you see all the stuff that's going on, you would go, there's no world based in love. But there is. We have to go beyond that. And I ask you this question: can you imagine a world based in love? And maybe it is only a breath away. Can you trust that the process of life that we're all experiencing is an opportunity for us to recognize that the old consciousness is diminished and dying, and a new consciousness is emerging? There is a new consciousness emerging, and it's happening faster than our heartbeat. And it doesn't happen when we look out and we use our five senses to assess whether it's happening or not. I'm going to assume, because you're here, you want to live in the consciousness of love, and that you are in the consciousness of living a life of contribution. And Judy, you said something so profound, and it was one word in your prayer, that this infinite creative energy is natural. We don't often hear that word used in how we describe what we live in. We live in this atmosphere of a presence, a power that is greater than we are, that we can use to focus our mind, shift consciousness, and create a better life for ourselves. We don't often hear that that's natural. It's natural. Imagine that. Maybe it's natural for us to live in a world of love, and we've just become so out of tune with it. And yet there is a willingness on a much greater scale to be aware of what is no longer required in life. War is no longer required. Vengeance is no longer required. Jealousy is no longer required. Manipulation and control are no longer required. That is an old, archaic, and dying definition of power. And it is no longer required. It is limited to the five senses of what we can see, taste, hear, smell, and touch. And it's now become a toxic way of living, and it's becoming obsolete. The world cannot thrive, not just survive, thrive in this old way of consciousness. And you know, I love living beyond the five senses. I love it, because I was thinking about my talk. I was thinking about what I was going to do and talk about, what I was going to do, what I was going to talk about. And I don't know, I just sort of open up and I go, where should I find a quote to start with, something to inspire me? And all of a sudden, Gary Zukav comes into my mind. Now, I haven't thought about Gary Zukav in an awful long time. He sort of went underground, was very quiet. I loved his book, The Seed of the Soul. It was my Bible for many, many years before I found Science of Mind. And now, interestingly enough, on June 22nd, Gary launched a new book called The Universal Human. And I came across this phenomenal YouTube video of him being interviewed by Banyan Books in Vancouver. And I'm like, right on. Now, and he does talk about going beyond the five senses. And he describes the five senses like children playing in a fenced yard to restrict our experiences and restrict our level of learning. that we're just able to be in this fenced yard and being connected to these five senses. Well, guess what? Thanks to the pandemic, the fences are removed. We now have another way of living. And not just thanks to the pandemic. I mean, thanks to all the amazing teachers out there, thanks to consciousness, thanks to the universe. We have a new way of living by going beyond our five senses. And it starts by going within and recognizing that everything around us reflects our present day consciousness. So if what you are seeing is angst and fear and panic and everything else, that is a reflection of your own consciousness, letting you know you have some work to do. And letting you know that the way to do it is by going within, going into a multi-sensory system that involves a deeper understanding that we're more than our feelings, we're more than our thoughts, we're more than our body. We are an infinite, creative, intelligent, natural, I'm adding that in, Judy, natural energy that is connected to a cosmos, a universe that is not random. The universe is not random. The universe has something to teach us. And what the universe we live in is benevolent and compassionate and wise, alive, conscious. And this is what is blowing the minds of quantum physicists. You know, Carl Sagan said, the cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself. And the universe wants to know itself. There's a consciousness there. And then I came across this really cool guy named Gregory Matloff. And he is a veteran physicist at New York City College of Technology. He has authored or co-authored more than 100 research papers and 9 books, which have been cited umpteen times. And so this is what he says. He argues that humans may be like the rest of the universe in substance and in spirit. That we are a proto-consciousness field. What does that mean? That's the building blocks for consciousness. And that these building blocks for consciousness extend through all of space. So he argues the stars may be thinking entities that deliberately control their paths. And put more bluntly, the entire cosmos may be self-aware. So, and you know, in all the quantum physics that I'm studying and still learning about, even though I finished my 40 weeks and 40 papers, it's all about there is a consciousness that is everywhere present. There is that atmosphere in the cosmos that is conscious, and it does want to know itself through us. And we are these beautiful, delightful expressions of the cosmos. And we're all individual in how we do that. We are the ones who contribute to the universe knowing itself, as well as experiencing multi-sensory, experiencing as multi-sensory beings, enhancing our capacity to experience life differently. Okay, let me say that again because I kind of screwed that up. We contribute to the universe knowing itself. For we are the ones experiencing ourselves as multisensory when we become conscious that we are, which enhances our ability to experience life differently. So like Judy said, something might show up and we might not be able to change that circumstance, but we can certainly change how we experience that circumstance. And we each have the power to change our reality. So what this means, like Judy said, it's not a change in our experience, it's a change in what we can experience. What would you like to experience? Think about that. What would you like to experience? More love, more relationships, more movement, more music, more prosperity, abundance, more creativity. What would you like to experience? Because you can experience it all, because it's already within you. And you know, it's really interesting because I got my new glasses after my whole little thing a few weeks ago with the eye doctor. So I picked up my glasses this week and I put them on and I'm like, wow, what I'm experiencing is actually a little bit different than what I was experiencing without my glasses. And you know what the biggest thing is that I'm experiencing? Is just how much the dirt gathers in places that I wasn't seeing in my condo. So I've been on a little bit of a cleaning frenzy, because for those of you who know me, I'm a little bit of a clean freak. And I thought my place was really clean until I put these glasses on. And it's like, oh, no, I got a little bit of work to do. But it's changing what I'm experiencing. And this is what we also want to do internally is, what my question I ask myself is, what are all the little things that I want to clean up in my consciousness that I haven't been seeing? Because what is it that I truly want to experience? More love, more peace, more harmony, more intimacy, more grace, more abundance, more prosperity, more happiness, more joy. I want to experience it all. But that's an inside job. It has nothing to do with the world of form or the world of matter. It's about what's going on in my consciousness. And so to do this, I have to align myself with the power of love only, because then I will attract it into my life. If I want more prosperity, I have to align myself with the understanding that prosperity is natural. It is a natural state of being, just as love is a natural state of being. If I want more health and vibrancy, I have to recognize that is a natural state of being within me. If I want more creativity, then I have to align myself with my own infinite creative power within me, because that is a natural state of being. And I think Aiden's been doing that an awful lot these days. So the law of attraction is simply that we attract like energy. If we are fearful, if we are angry, arrogant, resentful, then that is what you will see. That is the kind of people that you will attract into your life. If you are loving yourself first, always yourself first, so you fill up and you can give unconditionally to others. And if you are respecting your body, you're treating money with respect, you're saying no to things and not settling for something because it's better than nothing. And if you are seeing the light in everyone you meet, then you'll start to attract more of it into your life, because this means aligning your personality with your soul for the transformation of your consciousness. Align your personality with your soul for the transformation of your consciousness. The intention of your soul, of your true natural state of being, is harmony, joy, cooperation, love, connection, and reverence for life itself, this life, right here, right now. And your consciousness is your superpower. So be mindful, be awake, be attuned to how your thoughts, words, and energy disconnect you from the universe or keep you connected to the universe, where you're going beyond the five senses and you're going in and you have all these other incredible messages, your intuitive knowing that is guiding you on your journey. And know the difference between what it feels like to be connected to the presence of your own inner power versus being disconnected. You gotta know that difference. And you know that difference by whether you are expansive or whether you're contracting energetically. If you're expanding, I don't mean you have to be out there in the world being I mean, you just feel it. You're present, you're open, you're curious, you're grounded, you're in harmony. It's like you are a piece of seaweed so deeply rooted into the ocean floor that you can bend and flow, but you are never uprooted, and you never forget knowing who you are. I am a piece of seaweed. I am greatness on demand. I am the entire universe that flows through me as me, versus being so tight that you're going to snap. So be mindful of that, because in every situation we have two choices. Will you experience life through fear, or will you experience life as love? And it's the polarities, right? Fear or love. And so when you witness that you're out of alignment with your inner power, go beyond the five senses. Go beyond and go within. Go within and start to listen to something that is much greater in its power. So you see peace, you see harmony, you see love, you see abundance, you see prosperity instead of the other. We are not responsible for what our eyes are seeing, yet we are responsible for how we perceive what we are seeing. And I found this great quote in when I was looking for things. And it's by Gabrielle Bernstein, who wrote "The Universe Has Your Back." And she says, when you make this type of commitment to the universe, it is important to be aware of any sneaky fear-based story that can hook you back in. This is the story that pain has purpose. We live in a world that supports drama, oh yeah, terror, oh yeah, separation, oh yeah, hardship, oh yeah. We've been guided to believe that without pain, we have not accomplished or achieved. And she says, I'm here to bust that myth. So she's a revolutionary of evolution. She says, pain does not equal purpose. Your purpose is to be joyful. Your purpose is to live with ease. Your purpose is to surrender to the love of the universe so that you can live a happy life. Accept the purpose of love, and your life will radically change. And have you ever noticed that when you are connected, when you are aligned and present and in that place of surrender, you breathe more easily. Words come to you. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to figure it out. You feel more confident. You feel like you can take on the world. You feel safe and calm and in flow with what's happening around you. When you are out of alignment, when you are stuck in the five senses, as you know, Gary Zukav so brilliantly speaks about this. When you are out of alignment, you feel stuck, you feel tired, you feel weak, anxious, annoyed, and you also feel disconnected from life, from yourself, and from everyone else. You are separated from who you truly are. So it goes back to what Ernest Holmes says. There is a power for whatever your heart desires in the universe that is greater than you are, and you can use it. And you know, I have space to myself this week. Derek, my husband, is dog sitting his business partner's dog, and Mahala, our daughter, is house sitting. So I have the whole place to myself for a week. I have so much time. It's nice. I'm going to take it and really enjoy it to be present with myself and to really pay attention to my internal world so that I'm more aware and I can really witness when I'm out of alignment and when I'm in alignment, when I'm not present and when I am present. And you know, this is why we use meditation and prayer and visualization and affirmations. But we also want to set our intention, that inner tension, to activate the synchronistic support and connection to the universe. To set our intention every day and make this a spiritual practice so that we are in alignment, not only with ourselves, but the universe. So I'm going to ask you right now to just take a moment. And if you want to, you can close your eyes. And set your intention for yourself for today that puts you in that synchronistic connection with the universe. So this is how you choose to be. It's not all the things you're going to do or the things you're going to have. How do you choose to be that puts you in alignment with the universe, the cosmos, that natural, creative, intelligent energy of the universe? And then breathe your intention into your body. Breathe it in. Take it in. Be in it. Marinate it. Marinate in it. And then let it go. And know it's done. You also got to let it go. And know that it is done. You know, one of the things about setting intentions is we let go, and we let go of attachment to how that shows up or what that looks like. And, you know, that's not our business. That's the universe. It's like going into a restaurant for dinner, and you're with your friends, and you're there to have a good time. And the server comes along and you put in your order for dinner. and the server takes it back to the kitchen and the chef is cooking your dinner, you don't get up from your table and go back into the kitchen to make sure the chef knows how to cook your dinner properly. You'll probably get kicked out. Your business is to continue enjoying your time with your friends. And your order arrives. And if you don't like your order, you can always put in another order. But you don't have to figure out how it's all being done. So start setting your intention every single morning on how you choose to be that aligns you with the universe, and start to notice what happens for you. And this is actually training our minds to go beyond our five senses to a place of being and experiencing the greatness of who we are as the greatness of the universe. Through the power of your mind, you can reorganize your energy in an instant. You can remember to tap in to that beautiful, natural, infinite, creative power that is truly who you are. And remember, that power lies within knowing your positive presence, and then it expands into your outer life. And then you will know whether you're in alignment or not. So this week, I invite you to be mindful of your thoughts, your words, your energy that disconnect you from the universe, and keep setting your intention. And notice the difference between what it feels like to be connected to the power of your presence versus when you're not. Because all of life is meant to be joyful. That is, as Troward says, our true purpose in life is to live in joy and ease and to surrender to the love of the universe. And that's how you trust the process of life, is when we do surrender. So, with that, I say to give up a thought system that you mistakenly identified as safety and security in the foundation of your life means to stop living from your five senses and to start living from love only. Forgive everything. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Namaste. Thank you so much. I appreciate you listening to me and to me rambling on. And I just, I'm so excited for what is next. Because I don't know what it is, but I do know that this energy, when I place my faith in the universe, there are beautiful, beautiful experiences to have and to know. So set your intention and see what happens. Namaste. And I'm going to share my screen here and go over our announcements for today. I do invite you to join me in our affirmation for our giving affirmation. As you know, 10% of what we take in this month goes to the Indian Residential School Survivors Society, which also Aiden has a song that she's put out that also she's donating, I think you said 50%, didn't you? For everyone who downloads your song and gives a donation, 50% is going to the Indian Residential School Survivors Society. So I invite you to join with me in saying, I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give to my spiritual center, I recognize I am the flow of abundance that I share with life. As I give, I receive. And so it is. Judy is available for a 3-minute spiritual mind treatment, or otherwise known as affirmative prayer. So if there is something you would like to shift in your consciousness, please call Judy at 236-505-3883. And so you can call her between 11 and 11:15 today, and she's happy to pray with you and know the truth. And I mean, what an amazing conscious being she is. So you want Judy praying with you, that's for sure. So you can take advantage of that. Thank you for your time for this, Judy. And we have our community picnic today, 12:30 to 3, Marie Curtis Park. And all of the information is also in our newsletter. It's from 12:30 to 3, and it's at 42nd Street and Lakeshore Boulevard West in Etobicoke. And Fran and I will be there, and so we'll be looking out for you. We're going to claim a space with blankets for all of us to join together. Bring your own food and what you want to drink. We won't have a lot of sharing at this point. Until we kind of get the okay that it's okay to do that. And just know it's also a 5-minute walk from Long Branch GO Station where there's free parking. So come and join us today. We can see each other in person, which will be so much fun. And then starting in September, you can look at this on our website. We have 4 8-week online classes for 2021 and 2022. It's called Breaking It Down, and it's where the science of mind meets quantum physics. And so these are accredited classes with Emerson Theological Institute. So go have a look at what's available there. And know that you can join us at welcomehome.space for meditation, 8 a.m. and 12 noon. And you can sign up, and it's 2 weeks free. And then it's like, what, $40-something a month, which kind of works out to less than $2 a class if you take a class every day from Monday to Friday. And then you can also follow us on our social media sites, Facebook, Instagram, Meetup, and YouTube. Thank you, Aiden. You are constantly evolving in your music, and I'm always excited to see what you come up with. Thank you. You are just wickedly talented. I hope you recognize that. And Judy, thank you for your consciousness this morning. I so appreciate you. And thank you, Global Truth Center Toronto community. And with that, I'm going to say, Aiden, take us out with our final song of the day.
Yeah, so I just learned this song in the past week, and I love it. I've been listening to it nonstop. It's I Am Loved. I've been listening to the Judy Garland version, so if you know it, please sing along.
I'll mute myself so I can sing.
I am loved. I am loved by this life that I love in every way. I am loved, absolutely loved. What a wonderful thing to be able to say. I'm adored. I'm adored by the one who first led my heart astray. I'm adored, absolutely adored. What a wonderful thing to be able to say. So ring out the bells and let the trumpets blow and beat on the drums, for now I know I am loved. I know I am loved. I am loved. What a wonderful thing. What a glorious thing. What a beautiful thing. What a marvelous thing. What a fabulous thing. What a crazy thing. What a lovely thing. What a precious thing to be able to say.
On that note, I think we should all be shouting from the rooftops, I am love. Thank you so much, Aiden. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful,
Thank
beautiful
you.
week. And we'll see you next week. Many, many
See you at
blessings.
the
to you.
picnic.
See you
See you at
then.
the picnic.
Wonderful. Thank